Supporting the Chiefs, the last game of this opening homestand to the 2016 season. I'm joined today on our PeoriaMagazines.com interview with Landon Beck. Reliever was our Beacon Insurance beyond the expected player of the game last night. 5 strikeouts, 2 innings, nobody reached. And Landon, how you doing today?
Good.
Good. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate it.
Beautiful day today. I mean, we got some good weather.
We finally got one.
Absolutely.
We got the sun out. It took to the end of the first week of our season, but we finally got some summer-like weather. So for you guys today, getting out there BP without all of the extra gear, the stocking caps, and all that had to feel good.
Oh, I mean, it's great. I know, like yesterday we came out, everybody had on like a jacket, another jacket, a hoodie, a stocking cap. And today, most people were out here in short sleeves and everything. So I mean, it's beautiful weather.
Who was the worst in it? It was probably one of the Dominican or Venezuelan guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They're usually in weather around 80s year-round, so anything below 80 is pretty cold for them.
What's the biggest challenge for you in this weather? And I know you've been around it before, at least a little bit, pitching in college and pitching in high school. You guys probably even got a little bit of cold weather down there in football season, I would imagine, for you guys towards the end of that. But as a pitcher, what's the hardest adjustment that you guys have to make in that kind of weather?
I mean, you just got to get loose more. I mean, like when it's hot and everything, you can throw 5-10 pitches and be ready to go. But when the weather's cold like this, you probably need to throw 15-20 pitches. Make sure you're ready to go. This past off season, the weather got pretty chilly up where I am, and it's probably about 30s or so. So if it was a good day outside, I would go outside to throw to kind of go ahead and get ready for the cold weather if I was here or wherever I was at. So I mean, I kind of planned for it this off season and kind of got used to it. And then we went to Jupiter for a month, and it was like 75, 80, and then we come here, and the first night it's like 25, I feel like. So, I mean, it was brutal, but I mean, I'm used to it by now. So,
off season for you was a little different. Did you know going into the off season you were going to be a reliever this year instead of a starter as you had been last year? Was that something that came about in spring training? How'd that work?
Well, last year actually I was supposed to be in the bullpen in State College, and then we got there, and Tim, our pitching coordinator, told me, he said, you may have to start like the first couple of weeks until the new draft guys get ready. And my first 2 starts were pretty good, and it stays a starter the whole year. But I talked to Paul. He was my pitching coach in Johnson City. He's now the assistant pitching coordinator over the offseason, and he's been really wanting me to go into the bullpen. So I was kind of looking forward to it. I mean, I did both in college. I did both in Johnson City. I started last year, went to the bullpen here in the playoffs. So I just like to play. Wherever they want me to play, I'm ready to play.
As long as your number's called, you're ready to go?
Absolutely.
What's been the biggest difference? I guess now you could be, the way that it works in the minor leagues, you're not going to throw every single day like you could in the majors or even back-to-back days. So you probably know, like for today's example, you're not going to pitch in the game tonight with the amount of pitches you threw last night, but it's not an every 5 or 6 day thing anymore. You're not sitting in the stands between games charting. So what's that like for you?
I mean, it's different, but I mean, I enjoy it. I enjoy having the opportunity just to dress it out every night and to be able to get on the field every night. Even though I know I'm probably not going to pitch tonight, I'm still dressed out. I'm still going to be in the bullpen. I'm still going to be in the game. So, I mean, it was fun being a starter, but I just charged. I mean, nobody likes doing charts, but as a bullpen, I mean, you like dressing out. You like being a part of it every single night.
You guys can have a little bit of fun down there in the bullpen too, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to find something to do.
Does it get you out of the 30-minute runs after like I know in starters the next day they got to get out there and run for like 30 minutes or so. Does it get you out of that?
We don't do much 30-minute runs.
Yeah,
we do some sprints here and there. Today we actually had the day off, so it's pretty nice.
Good weather, day off. You got it rolling right now.
Absolutely, living the dream.
The way this team's been playing, last night a 2-0 loss, but other than that, have been scoring runs, have been getting late runs. The bullpen's been fantastic. You got to be pretty happy with the way the first week of the season has gone.
Absolutely. I mean, this team's going to be fun to watch. I mean, we got a good many prospects, very young, but I feel like this week, I mean, we're kind of slow going. I feel like that's why we score late. All these young guys are getting more bats, more innings.
Right.
I mean, so they're kind of getting used to it. So I feel like for the rest of the season on, now everybody's got the jitterbugs out of the way. It's time to play, and I think it'd be a fun team to watch.
The thing I think people might not realize, and Dernier and I were talking about on the way out of here, some of these guys, the young kids that only played in the Gulf Coast League that aren't American, never played at night before. Have never played in front of a crowd like we had 4,000 on opening night here in the home opener Saturday. They play in the Gulf Coast League. There's like, what, 15, 20 people sitting there at some of those games. So that's got to be a couple different things to get used to, not to mention the weather that we already talked about they've not been in. So you're talking about, 3 of our starting pitchers that are kind of doing that for the first time. That's got to be a big adjustment for them.
Yeah, absolutely. I know when I signed in 2014, we went out and practiced with the GCL guys, and like there was no fans there, and I was just like, well, I hope Johnson City's got something. But Johnson City pulled a really good crowd, so I was able to kind of get in the groove of that. And then State College is unreal. I mean, they probably average 4,000 or 5,000 a night because there's nothing to do there. It's just the college town. The guys come out. It was a fun atmosphere. But as you said, with the Dominican guys only playing the GCL, I'm sure their adrenaline gets pumping. And I think that's sometimes why we really can't command our stuff at times. Right. Too much adrenaline. So we just have to slow things down and realize what we got going on.
We go on the road tomorrow to Wisconsin, which I don't think we went. Did we go to Appleton when you were with us the last 3 weeks of the season? So that'll be new for you. And then our next road trip, Fort Wayne and Lake County. We didn't go there at all last year. So a few new spots for you. You looking forward to seeing some new ballparks, new cities?
Absolutely. That's one thing about I love baseball is that I get to travel the world, the nation really, and see parts that I wouldn't normally get to see. Right. So I like being a sightseer. So and like a lot of people are like, I can't wait to sleep on the bus. I don't like sleeping on the bus. I like looking and seeing what we're going through. Besides, when we go to Cedar Rapids, there's nothing but cornfields.
That's right.
So you'll sleep for that. But a new trip, it'll be fun.
We'll get ready for that. We'll drive right through, we'll be right to Cleveland in a couple weeks for that Lake County trip. I know writing the bios for you guys, every time I write one of these pitcher bios, I see quarterback in high school, quarterback in high school, quarterback in high school, with a lot of you guys that are multi-sport stars, and especially from the smaller communities and like yourself. So if I took all the guys that played quarterback in high school and lined you up, who would have been the best?
Me.
You? Okay.
Of course.
Good answer. All-state punter. Nobody else can say all-state punter, right?
No.
No, there were some good names on that All-State team, too,
Absolutely.
that you were on.
That was some fun times in my high school career. It's been able to play football.
What was your longest punt?
I couldn't tell you.
Right.
With the roll or without the roll?
Oh, you got to get the roll, right? It counts. It's like hitting a golf shot. You get the
I feel like I hit one like 87 yards or something like that. So,
Okay, so without the roll, you punt it farther or you throw it farther?
Punt it.
Punt it? Yeah,
I can throw it decent, but definitely punt it.
Yeah, see, I like getting all those bio stats on guys that played. You get some guys that play basketball, but you get a lot of football. And with the pitchers, they were all quarterbacks. Mm-hmm. I remember Tui Valala, his quarterback stats were amazing. He was going to go to Fresno State and do both. So, you get those guys. I like finding out. See if you're going to give yourself credit and say that you're the best quarterback, or if you know somebody else out there is. So.
The funny thing is, we were out here stretching the other day, and the cones were like 60 yards, and I brought it up something about we should throw a football someday, and everybody's like, well, you can't throw it 60 yards, so I got to find a football and show them that I can throw 60 yards.
We'll bring one in. We'll get that done someday.
Absolutely.
All right, Landon, great job last night. 5 strikeouts, appreciate it, and good luck out there tonight. Well, not for you, but for the team. Good luck out there tonight. We'll see you in Wisconsin.
Thanks, Nate.
All right, Landon Beck, our Pekin Insurance Beyond the Expected player of the game from last night. 5 strikeouts, no hits, no runs allowed in his 2 innings out of the bullpen. Bullpen's been fantastic. We're over 12 innings now out of the bullpen consecutively without a run allowed in this homestand so far for the Chiefs. As we mentioned there, we head out to Appleton, Wisconsin early in the morning, a weekend series up in Appleton with night games Thursday and Friday, day games up there on Saturday, Sunday. You can follow along online. You can go to download the First Pitch app, the MILB Inside the Park or the First Pitch app, and grab the audio off of those. Tune in radio as well. We'll have updates on our Twitter account, and we'll get everything rolling social media wise as well from that road trip in Appleton, Wisconsin, as we look forward to taking on the Brewers affiliate for the first time this year. They're going to be here next year. We're going to have next week, I should say. We're going to have a 7-game homestand that starts on Monday, first against the Clinton Lumber Kings. They're affiliated with the Seattle Mariners. That'll be Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And then for next weekend, we will have Wisconsin. And next week, the Wednesday game is an 11 o'clock game, one of our education days here against Clinton. Then Wisconsin will be in for the weekend, which gives us our first Thirsty Thursday coming up a week from tomorrow. And then we'll get our first Friday night game in there as well with the contest against Wisconsin before we get into Saturday and Sunday with a couple day games here at home on the 23rd and the 24th against the Timber Rattlers for those 2 games, and then finish up our April part of the homestand. You can get tickets before you leave the ballpark here tonight. Stop up and visit Ryan and his entire crew there in the box office. Get tickets for that upcoming 7-game homestand, and they're available online as well at PeoriaChiefs.com throughout the week if you want to come and join us for those 7 games that we have coming up here. We'll have have a Thanks for Your Service Tuesday mixed in there, another Hebrew National hot dog, and Hebrew National Wednesday as well as we have today. Now remember, cheer for the Chiefs. Extra hard to win tonight. Chiefs win tonight, and you can redeem your ticket for a free ticket to a Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday regular season home game throughout the rest of the season. So sit back, relax, cheer for the Chiefs, get yourself an extra ticket after the Chiefs beat Quad Cities tonight. Make sure you have some fun with Katie and her crew. They've got a lot of fun playing here between innings as well. So be loud throughout the game. We appreciate you coming out and cheering on the Chiefs here at Dozer Park. Cheering on the Chiefs here.